Hey everybody, it's Cool Sam. Welcome to part 10. In this episode, we're going to turn in this quest. We got another quest to get some stuff from Sky Pie. So we're going to do that real quick. I know I said this part's probably going to be the Spectral Graveyard 35, but hell, I could do this first. It's only one quest. By the way, we completed our Night of the Night quest, so let's turn that in. Try and just get 35 as fast as possible, okay? And there we go. That's the first half. The second half is at the other side of the map. Here they are. So, how's it going, everybody? We're just going around killing monsters as usual. Oh god, is there really nowhere else I can fight these guys? Oh, there was one. And what the hell? Oh, I thought I jumped on an invisible platform there. No, I'm just gonna go around and kill a few of them. I don't want to kill too many. Just basically be like, hey, I did it. Because this quest can be quite tiring. Because I'm getting sick of Sky Pie already. Like, I know it's a good map, but I just want to get into Spectre's Tower and Dangerous Caverns. You know, the fun stuff at level 30. Yeah, the fun, challenging stuff, you know? Stuff to where even the Mist Elf gear won't save you. Yeah. There are dungeons like that. We're going to be getting into one of them. Or rather, we're going to be getting into one that's a little harder, that's hard even with them. I don't know, you guys probably had different results. I mean, my first time for the graveyard, I tried it on like a level 40, and I ended up breezing through it. I can't find any of those knights. I could be leveling Cool Sam right now. Really, I would not do Dragonfelli because he can do he's an opener for Cookie Factory, and quite frankly, I could still do that. Stupid, why is the thing there? Now I'll probably have to restart my client before going into the 35 graveyard. Because I don't really want to do it with such a low, after my client's been up that long. Because, you know, Dragon Saga has that memory leak, and it's kind of bad with this client, and I don't want to kind of screw myself over and have another episode where I do like 3 crashed runs of the graveyard before having to speed it up considerably. Oh, no, I'm going to be doing most of the graveyard sped up anyways, because quite frankly it's a long dungeon, and I know you people don't want to see the same dungeon twice, and there is going to be moments where I run into that dungeon a second time to gather some quest items, and you go for at least a third of it this time instead of just like one boss. Oh my god, I don't have this stupid... Where the heck is that stupid Dragon Knight thing? Yeah, this is my real problem with this game, is when you get quests like these. Like, I understand cases like World of Warcraft, where, like, you have to get these quests because, well, it's not that bad, because you're in a very massive field map with, like, 100 of them running around you. So, it's easy to spawn them, and it's even easier to kill them, so... But in this game, it gets kind of annoying. Really, I don't want to waste too much time here. I'm already like 4 minutes into this quest, and I'm not really going to like the fact that half of my recording is going to be dedicated to finding a stupid blade thing for Princess Chick. And there we go. God, I almost leveled up there. And just you to kill Lord of Night and Sky Pie Sanctuary, I'm assuming that it is... Wait a second. Mission mode, okay? I know it's not hero mode, but it's mission mode. So I'm going to try F1. I don't remember, this is one quest where they don't give you the exact specs, because I'm pretty much done with Sky Pie Sanctuary after this quest. Most of the stuff is going to be centered around Dangerous Caverns and Palmer Sanctuary in terms of hero quest. And I could probably already start on Palmer Sanctuary right now. In fact, the moment I hit 35, I can do Spectre's Tower, so... But I'm saving that until the next part after this, because... Quite frankly, it's better to do the graveyard before it. This is my favorite mission map in Sky Pie because it is the shortest and it is the easiest. And now you're starting to see, like, despite the final decision nerf, I can still do some relatively fast PvE on this character. I know I'm using level 45 gear on a level 35 instance, but quite frankly, it's still not that bad. Yes, Sky Pie maxes around 35, 36, so at some point, we're going to be getting into the part where these weapons are going to start doing nothing to the mobs. In fact, eventually, I'm going to have to either start soul crafting and enchanting the magma weapon, or ditching it for a new weapon, like the original magma, or even the magic change weapon. Alright, he's going to go into rage mode. Just trying to see if we can kill him quick. Actually, that is the one with the quest. Alright. Now, typically what you can do is you can just say fuck it to the rewards if you really don't need it and just go after it. Now, last but not least, we're ready to go back to Moonlight Shore Village. We got level 35. We are not going to be touching any skills because I don't want to touch any skills, but we're going to get a lot more hero quests. Not a lot more hero quests. Oh my god, I thought I was going to get some hero quests here. Well, actually no, I think I'm going to wants me to do first. Okay. Now, I guess the Dangerous Caverns is a little harder. It changed from when I last saw it, but I don't remember everything, so bear with me here. Didn't know the reason. Ooh, okay. This is a quest centering around the 35 graveyard, so it's actually a good idea to do it here. I'm gonna meet you guys. I'm gonna go be right back and restart my client. And after I restart my client, we're gonna go and do the 35 graveyard, because I actually have 2 hero quests that center around it, and one of them requires me to kill mobs within it. So when I do the 35 hero graveyard, I'll be knocking out 2 birds with 1 stone here. So I'll be right back. And I'm back. Yeah, the reason I restarted my client again is that Dragon Talk has a memory leak problem, and if your client's on for typically 2 hours max, it will close to the desktop immediately. I wanted to do this as a safety precaution. Now then, there's a bit of a difference between the 35 graveyard and the 30 graveyard. First off, it has a 34 requirement, but it's a level 35 to 40 instance. The bosses are the same, just slightly higher leveled. Kajimoto is not the main boss. The new boss, which is the one I have to kill for the quest, is Anukus, which is essentially a dragon that had a contract deal with one of the 5 heroes, involving... Now then, you have the Archpriest. This priestess, you have to help her out, and it helps us out because we have to kill all these fuckers. So 50 monsters in the graveyard, and I'm probably going to be killing like 30 of them right away. Yes, you do have to dash jump back to her when you finish the quest, but eventually she's going to tell you to go back to Laurel, and you're going to just be like, oh, okay, let me just finish the graveyard first. So, like before, it's just a slightly higher leveled version of the graveyard. As you can see, because all of the mobs in the graveyard are typically upgraded, you get a lot of experience here, like, even more so considering the fact that they added more bosses to this dungeon. These were released roughly around the same time, too. These were released exactly at the same time, too, so they're kind of mixed together in the quests. Now, I believe the bosses do count as monsters for this quest, so it's a good idea to kill the bosses and move on instead of leaving the instance and re-entering it. Because as you can see here, I did like half the instance. I did half of what I need for the first boss. Anyways, Bone Frag 2.0. He's got a little more HP, same attacks, just higher power. So we're just going to kill all the monsters. And there's Bone Frag dealt with, and I am out of mana potions. I'm not going to use them. Nope, not going to use them. This is a very mana heavy class. I'm going to use these. Fuck. Oh wow, I forgot I didn't have mana pots. I could do this whole dungeon without it, it's just I really don't want to. I mean, it's not that much of an issue. I mean, I gained like 10% just doing this first dungeon. I don't mind an extra level or two. Let me just complete this first quest, and then I'll do the dungeon properly. I really thought I wasn't going to have any issues here, but it looks like I did. Looks like I did. So I'm going to just kill the last 7 monsters. Wait. I just realized, yeah, I'm fully aware that that thing's translated name is supposed to spell Dullahan, but... And the reason I'm assuming that is because it's an undead knight without a head. It's basically a knight who lost his head, so... Anyways, and you're supposed to go to Laurel anyways for this quest. Oh, man. My plan got... I know it did. And the reason... Really, it's not my fault, because of the stupid... freaking... thing with the whatchamacallit. Anyways, as you can see here, there's a blacked out hero quest in Moonlight. That's a hero quest that I know of. Is the Spectre's Tower line, so as you can see there, I just did that for the quick XP. And why am I going back that way? Hold on, I'll be okay. Alright, seems I did the right thing. Sorry about that. My disconnected. There's actually a minute-long thing of me raging at my wireless adapter. Not gonna put that on YouTube, obviously, because there's enough videos of noobs raging over disconnections of all of the MMOs ever made. Alright. Kind of glad that I got this party. One thing about the graveyard, if you do this with a party, you can rejoin them if you disconnect. And it will put you right where they are. And it's actually very much a blessing, because this is one of the longest dungeons. And I'm kind of glad I got multiple people on my side instead of just the usual solo run, because this dungeon is meant to be... Like, it's not like I can't solo this dungeon, it's just... It's so annoying to solo. And you'll you'll see why as we're going through the bosses and all that. Most of this dungeon is not something you would want to solo. And I thought I would have to solo this whole thing. Of course I'm not going to solo Spectre's Tower. Well, actually I can. It's actually more fun to solo Spectre's Tower because of the mechanic that Spectre's Tower follows. Anyways, we got the third boss here, which is Rattler. We gotta kill him next. Now, fortunately, I don't have to kill the individual bosses as per se in the quest. I just have to make it to the dragon and kill him. And even if I have an accidental death here, I have Easter eggs now, so I don't have to worry about that. Okay, Rattler's still the same annoying rat boss he's always ever been. Same as he ever was. Just like Dragon Class, before its nerf, same as it ever was. Anyways, you saw I got a medal called Deal King, which is basically a medal you get if you deal over 10,000 damage in a single strike. You will typically get that around level 60. Or, not level 60, no, hell no. Back then, yes, but no. You'll typically get that medal around level 30, because you'll get the skill at a level high enough to let you do that. Now, we're getting close to the end of the dungeon, and I'm kind of glad I'm doing it this fast, because I don't want to deal with the graveyard anymore. This is the one run I want to do, and there's a quest afterwards to make the set, and the Anubis set sucks. Just telling you right now, don't make the Anubis set. First off, the Mistoff set is exactly 10 levels away from it, and with F7 leveling you, that's like an afternoon's worth. Anyways, we got Kajimoto here, being his usual self, throwing grabby arms at people. This time, he's not the main boss, so you can induce Fury mode on him. And didn't she die? Oh, she died. I don't want to tell her this is going on YouTube now. I mean, she probably knows it's the newbie guide character I use, but quite frankly, that's just... Anyways, we beat Kajimoto. Relatively quickly, I might add. And we just pull this lever, which is shaped like a potted plant, a mandragora for some reason. Hey, don't try to steal in on my kills. You don't got sniping yet. You don't snipe. Now, once you kill all the monsters, buff yourselves up and then touch the dragon. And touch the dragon's glowing blue orbs. I can make anything sound inappropriate. Especially with this voice. Anyways, here's Anubis. Duke of Sky Mountain. I mean, Anubis. Really, I don't know which of these two came first. I'm gonna assume Duke of Sky Mountain because Cryos Unleashed was before New Origins, and I don't know when they added this. Anyways, actually, I think Anubis was an attempt at them to make lower level dungeons popular. God damn it. Anubis has a few annoying attacks, and one of them is his Dragon Breath. The other one is when he dashes across the map. There we go. Kicked his ass. Quick as a wink. And I'm glad for that. Anyways, what he said there was, he was actually waiting for us because he made a little deal with one of the heroes and kind of warned us of Paris. yeah, we're gonna start seeing Paris soon. Her influence is kind of starting to spread high, and what did everyone get? Let's see, we got a knight chest, and we got a, I'm going to assume is a wizard robe. Not bad. Some good XP there, nearly leveled up, so it makes the grind to 36 to get Spectre's Tower less annoying. Anyways, gotta thank these people for being awesome. Some of them are alts. Why are you saying wait? I did the quest. I don't want to go back in there. I'm not going back in there. You say, no, I'm going to leave the problem. Just be like, no, I'm not going back in that dungeon. I'm done with this damn graveyard. Anyways, he's going to ask you to speak with is it Wyvern? Vyvern? Vivern? Evern? I don't know. The spirit of the good dragon. He's the Dragon Lord. Probably never mentioned this guy to you. He just has a bunch of normal attacks. Basically, you warn him of Anukas and the deal with Paris, and he decides to make a deal. Is that we gotta go hunt an underground weapon blueprint in the underground graveyard, and it turns out that blueprint is what makes the Anukas set. Guess what? I'm not gonna make this set. I'm telling you right now, the Anukas set is way more trouble than it's worth. Okay, yes, you can randomly grind it from grind it from the Anukas dungeon. That's okay. You can also make it using quests requiring mats that drop in the dungeon. Now you're probably seeing the problem with that. The dungeon itself has a ton of grinding just to get that one set. And guess what? It's not even worth it because 10 levels later you replace it. Well, anywhere between 5 to 12 levels at most. So I'm not going to go for the Anukas set. It's not something I want. And why are all these people here? This is Channel 1 Moonlight Shore. Anyways, so as you can see, I'm really not in the mood to grind Graveyard anymore. I get sick of grinding Graveyard. I get sick of grinding that dungeon for a good reason. So, we did a lot today. Went for the underground graveyard, 35, finally closed it off, done with Sky Pie. Guess what? I gotta grind to 36 and do Spectre's Tower now. See you guys next time.